Hello everybody, and welcome back to DiamondMama. As always, this is Ashley, and today's video is going to be different all the way around. All the way. Super different. But before I get started on the video, I do want to say that I am not forgetting about diamond paintings, so don't worry. However, I do want to say that when I first started my YouTube channel, it was planned to be only about diamond paintings because, like, I get that diamond painting is just a craft, but to a lot of people, every single person that I have talked to that does diamond paintings or other arts and crafts, it helps them with one thing or another. For me, crafts like that help with anxiety. It gives me a sense of accomplishment. So, like, I love them. I really do love diamond paintings. Even when you just have a small one, you look at it and you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is going to take me forever. But you keep working on it and you don't realize how much time has actually gone by because your mind is actually free. There's no worries, there's no stress, there's no, one thing after another going on up here. And it's just, by the time you look up and actually look at the clock, you see that hours have went by, and then you look down at your painting and you're done, or like I was doing today, a little bit more than halfway done. I was working on her today because I was waiting on my computer to load up some videos and I couldn't record today, except for now. So I worked on her. Man, that looks really good. It looks so much better on camera. But, just working on her today and knowing that I am almost done, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel like you done something, you accomplished something, even if it is just a craft project. Like, that's still something that you did. So I know, like, I kind of went off track, but it's super true. But that's the way that everybody that I've talked to feels about diamond paintings. And other crafts too. I've heard about other crafts that people do that they feel the same way about. With me, I love every single craft. There's a lot of them that I have not tried, but I am willing to learn how to do it. Just recently I've started getting into cross stitch because a lot of the diamond painting patterns are actually cross stitch patterns. Just, they made them to where you can put your drills on there instead of needle and thread. So I've been trying or playing around with cross stitch for a couple of days. I haven't really got very far, just because I've been recording so much with time lapses. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna like the whole cross stitch thing. I really do. But I do paint my numbers, which that's what this is. I do latch hooks. I started doing the bead embroidery with the little tiny seed beads. I used to draw a lot whenever I was younger, but I stopped for a couple of years, and now I can't seem to get back into it. I still enjoy it, but I'm just not as good as I was before, so I get really discouraged fast when it comes to drawing. But just any other like little craft projects, little DIYs that you... Did I say D? I feel like I said DIY. DIY. Yeah, that's right. For some reason I was thinking I said DEY. I don't know, maybe I did. But I don't know. It's like 8 o'clock. So it's okay for me to be... Anyway. So, I'll get on YouTube, little DIY projects. I love doing those. There was one that I seen where they made like this little poofy bear looking thing out of yarn. You literally needed elastic band, yarn, those googly eye things, and a hot glue gun. And I made and some fabric, and those felt sheets. But I literally made like a little bear with a pocket for your phone, and the elastic band is for around your arm. So like if you're ever out running, or you're, cleaning around the house and you want to listen to music, like you just have like a little bear attached to your arm with your cell phone into it, so that way you can listen to music or walk around with your phone with your headphones in, or if you're running, whatever, exercising. So that was really fun, but I like doing different things like that. And I was thinking that I'm not the only one in the YouTube community that likes other things except for diamond paintings. So, with that being said, I'm still going to be dedicated to diamond paintings on my channel, because that's what I started with and that's what I'm going to continue with. But I do want to adventure out and hit some other arts and crafts, just because I want to be able to relate to everybody, and I want everybody that I can relate to know that I can relate back to them. Like, I can relate to them, they can relate to me, and I want everybody to feel welcome. I want everybody to be able to show their work, and so yeah, I do plan on doing other videos except for the diamond paintings. On the weekends are still going to be my product reviews. The only time that I will not do a product review that's not a diamond painting on the weekends is if I'm out of diamond paintings, which right now I have the next 3 to 4 weeks until I'm good for the next 3 or 4 weekends. It's like September 14th. So yeah, that's like 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks away. I don't know. I have literally no clue. I have a calendar over there, but it's not for September, and I don't know. And I'm still waiting on 2 more. So I'll be good for the next, let's see, if I have 4, about 5 to 6 weeks. But then after that, if hypothetically speaking, if I were to run out after the end of the 5 or 6 weeks, I would do like another product review on a weekend that wasn't a diamond painting, like a paint by number, for instance. I'm going to try to not ever let that happen, but sometimes things do happen, especially right now with us trying to buy a house. So yeah, yeah, so I hope I didn't confuse anybody or bore anybody to death. But video time. Oh yeah, real quick. I changed it again. I can't leave it alone because it's too blank and it drives me crazy. I did have my boxes on there, but since my lovely, lovely son decided he wants to get into absolutely everything right now, I have no choice but to leave this blank during the day. And then when I go to shoot a video, I'm literally thinking, like, what can I put there so it's not so blank? Another one of the things that I absolutely love to do is read. I don't have time to actually sit down and read a book, so I have lots and lots of audiobooks, but I still like to have the actual books. That's my favorite It's my favorite way to read. Got it. But yeah, it's the House of Night series by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. They are mother and daughter, and if you like the whole fantasy read, not like romance fantasy, but like vampires and, you know, mystical things like that, this is your book. I will put the link for the House of Night books below, just in case anybody is interested. You can take it or leave it. It doesn't matter. It takes 2 seconds of my time. I have no problem doing it. But yeah, so I don't have the whole series yet, but I'm close. Okay. Now, when I was talking about the paint by numbers, one of my diamonds wanted me to make a time lapse of a paint by number. Now, this video, when I do it, it is going to be extremely hard, and it is going to take forever. But I am here to make you guys happy, and if a paint by number time lapse is what you want to see, I am going to do that for you. One thing real quick that I will say, I am really disappointed because I couldn't use my paint by number art desk, because I have this desk that's in my room, and then I have another one that is in the room that I was in with the real big window. That desk is just like this one. It's got the 2 drawers on this side instead of the 3. But I have all of my paints together like this with rubber bands in the first drawer, plus all the pictures that come with it. And then I have all my paintbrushes and tools in the second one. I wanted to show you guys it all, but since it's super loud in the living room, I can't do videos in the living room. So, she wanted me to do the time lapse for the paint by numbers, and because I still have this one that I am working on, not even halfway done yet, I didn't want to start a new one until I was a little bit closer to finishing this one. And because she has been super, super patient with me, I told her that I would make a video of how I do everything, how I get set up, you know, that sort of thing, to kind of take the edge off of wanting to see a paint by number. But this is what I have so far of it. Oh wow, that looks good. Everything looks so different when it's on camera. Like before, like this right here, looking at it on camera, it actually looks like it's being stretched out. When I look at it, just looking at it, it just looks like blobs of color, honestly. And I forgot that it was supposed to look like that. Whew. I'm happy with it. Cool. It definitely needs filled in. You can tell where it's like darker in some spots and not. But I figured I will fill them in along the way. So yeah. But first things first, when I go to do these, excuse me, when I sit down to do these, I will make sure that I have my paints, my canvas. These are the 3 paintbrushes that came with it. I did a product review on a Paint My Number a couple of months ago and explained with these brushes. I went out and I bought good brushes. They were just from Walmart, so they weren't fantastic, but you know, they were decent brushes. And the 3 brushes that actually come with the painting are better than both sets of paintbrushes that I went out and bought separately. So I literally wasted my money on getting those, because these are the 3 that I use and these are the 3 that came with it. So yeah, I got my canvas, my paints, my brushes. I have this full of water. It's just one of those little jars that I got from Dollar Tree. I think they come in like 6 or 8 in a pack. But as far as I can tell, it's never spilt on me before, and I've knocked that thing over I don't know how many times. So, but when you get one of these, obviously paint by number, the numbers on the canvas, and then they number each of your things. I don't know if anybody's caught it yet, but I do write on the bottom of my paints, because I have 6 paint by numbers now, and I have all of these paint things rubber band together for each set, and so that way I don't get confused on which one's which. I write down the abbreviation of what the painting is called. So yeah. The next thing I do is to open the paints. With these, the paint that they give you on here dries super fast. So when you're not using your paint, the best thing for you to do is, when you get a little bit of paint, because a little bit goes a long way, it really does. You don't have to swirl your paintbrush or, you know, get a big glob. Just, I'll try to show you, see if you can see it on camera. But you just take it and you just lightly dab it. You got a little bit. And then when you are painting, close this. You don't have to snap it, because you're, you know, more than likely going to end up using it again, but just close it with your fingers, because they will dry out. You can mix water in these paintings. I do, just because I feel like when you do mix the water with it, it stretches the paint more. So it does make the paint on the canvas go on lighter. and because it dries so fast, by the time you do the whole section, you can easily go back over the parts that are lighter right away. This number, they have 2 containers of 2 because there's so much blue in this picture, but the first container that I'm working out of now is giving me lots of problems because when I first started, I didn't realize how fast the paint dried up, and I just left the jar open when I wasn't using it. So because of that, my paint dried up on me, and now I have very little to work with in that container. This is kind of everywhere. But if you add water to it, it will come back to life for the most part. Oh wow, it really did. It dried out bad on me. But pretty much, in other words, all I really did just now is I took my paintbrush and I put a couple of drops of water into it, and then I did stir it up with my whole paintbrush. There's probably a better way to do that, honestly. But I just don't know. But I did try to salvage as much of the paint off the paintbrush as I could. Good news is that the paint looks like it's going to act better. So we'll find out here in just a minute. One thing also that I actually did not know, and you would think that I would, just because I've literally spent my whole life painting something, whether it was, you know, a paint by number from the store or a wall. Like, my parents were constantly remodeling some room in the house, so you know, painting the walls or anything like that. That I did not know that the more you use your brush without washing it out, even if you are just using the same color, your brush will, or the paint will build up in the middle of your brush, making it so much more difficult to paint with. So every so often you do have to wash your brush out, even if you're just gonna rinse it out and dip it back into the exact same color. When I learned that, I was actually repainting the walls in my house, and things were getting difficult. I was getting mad because it just, nothing was working, and my dad told me that, and so I started doing it, and it made such a huge difference. And now that I'm got back into the paint by numbers, I wasn't thinking about it when I first started, you know, working on my painting. I was just like, let's do this. I want to paint as much as possible before it gets, you know, too late. And I forgot to rinse my brush. So, you know, as you can probably imagine, it started to not work as well. And as soon as I washed it, and as soon as I, you know, dried it and got everything back to the way it needed to be, it was just like a brand new brush all over again. So if you are getting and doing a paint by number, wash your brush. I'm telling you, it'll make a huge difference. I'm trying to think, because there's really no sign of you needing to wash your brush unless it's like really bad. Then you'll actually see your paintbrush bulge out at the bottom of your, like, you'll actually see it get, you know, bigger at the bottom. But that's when it's like really bad. I would say, to be on the safe side, to wash your brush out every, I would say about every 15 or 20 minutes. If you're just doing like small areas, I would do it more frequently, because you are going to be slower on small areas, because you know you want to take your time, make sure that you stay inside the lines, and the longer that your paintbrush is, you know, out in the air, then the longer it's going to dry. So you got to keep that in mind every time that you get paint in your paintbrush. There are some spots that the paint is going that you're not using, and it is going to dry up on you, making your paintbrush go all crazy. But yeah, so I usually don't have a whole lot of time to sit down and do the paint by numbers. Usually whenever I do sit down to do them is like at night. Probably when I have about an hour or so left until I'm getting ready to go to bed, I will sit down and watch some TV with the husband and paint a little bit. I was painting last night, and I was watching the new Avengers movie with the husband and the second to youngest son, and I got about halfway into the movie and I couldn't keep my eyes open anymore. I've seen it. I've seen that movie like 3 or 4 times already. I love it. Absolutely love that movie. My favorite though, like, can't really say my favorite, because if you've seen my videos, you'll know that I love Harley Quinn. But out of the newest movies that came out, Black Panther, I love it. Anybody that has not seen Black Panther yet, you have got to watch that movie. It is so good. It really is. One thing about these is, if you truly love paint by numbers, they're just like diamond paintings. Once you start one, it's so hard to put it down. It really, really is. Because you just, like me, I'm always like, one more spot, one more space, one more number. I'm always doing that. And they do, they take time. I honestly thought that diamond paintings took me a long time. When I do finally get around to doing the time lapse for one of these, oh my goodness, it is going to take me a while, but I am excited about doing it. I really am. It's going to be different. It's going to be so much fun. Like, I can't wait for it. Speaking of time lapses, I am, as of right now, I am done with the middle way painting. I'm not, well, I had 2 more videos left, and I have one that is completely done. I'm just waiting for it to be edited so that way I can upload it. And then I am working on my final video right now, and I'm almost halfway done with it. Like I said, I couldn't record today, so that kind of put things a little bit behind, but I did get a lot done yesterday, so I guess it kind of makes up for it. But once I am done with that video, then I can start doing the landscape rhinestone. And I am so excited about that. Honestly, I thought about taking like a vote, because a lot of people has been asking me about custom diamond paintings, and I only have one custom. And it's of that blue fairy or dancing blue lady, whatever you want to call her. So I don't know what to really say when it comes to the custom diamond paintings, because I've only had one. And so I thought about taking a vote and seeing if you guys wanted to see the rhinestone landscape, or if you wanted to see my cut. I guess you guys can tell me in the comments if you want to see the landscape, or if you want to see the dancing blue fairy or lady, or whatever she may be in your guys' eyes. Before I was calling her, you know, my blue fairy or whatever, but because of the song Tiny Dancer, I don't know, I started calling her that, and I like it. So, but I have been doing this small little part for like 15 minutes. Oops, I got out of the lines. And that's what I mean by, like, it takes so much time to do these. It is ridiculous. And I still didn't even get it all the way perfect like I wanted to. That's another issue with me. Like, I am a perfectionist through and through when it comes to things like this. So it definitely does take me a little bit longer. Anybody else that is a perfectionist as well will know exactly what I am talking about. Definitely takes time. But just like I keep telling myself every time I'm like, whew, this is gonna take forever, it is literally going to be worth it in the end. I do wish that whatever day I did these big spots, that I was being a little bit more patient, because it is so bad. Like, I literally do not know if I was just in a hurry or what, but it looks like a 5-year-old painted this. Like, not all the spots are covered. There's a bunch of white. It looks pretty crazy. One of my biggest fears about these things is I'm so afraid that I'm going to run out of paint. And then if I do run out of paint, I'm so hoping that the sellers will send me more. It does make me worry a little bit, because even if they were to send me more, by the time that I get these done, I would have the painting for months. So, you know, any kind of protection or warranty or anything on any of the paintings is definitely going to be long gone. So, fingers crossed that I don't run out of paint, but if I do, I am very, very curious as to know what is going to happen. My plan B for the paints, if I do run out, is to just go to the store. My son is in there and he is making some weird noises. He's in there playing when he's supposed to be going to bed. And it's better than crying, I guess. But my plan B is to go to the store and try to match up the paint the best that I can on that way, just to kind of, yeah, because I'm sure there's got to be a paint store somewhere that's got the same paints as these, at least the same color. But yeah, so I try to make this video kind of long, so that way it wasn't just a short and sweet video. But then again, I didn't want to make it too long and bore everybody to death. Real quick though, before I let everybody go, me and my husband and I, we found a house that would be absolutely perfect for us. We are in the process right now of waiting to hear back to see what we have to do. I've heard a lot of things that first time home buyers can get a lot of benefits that would basically help them, but I'm so clueless as to what to do when buying a house. And obviously, you know, it's his first time buying a house too, so he knows a lot more than I do about it, but he still doesn't know everything. So right now I am trying my hardest to patiently wait for this guy to call back to see what can be done and if we have a shot at getting this house. I am so excited. I am so nervous. And I am trying so hard not to get my hopes up, just in case something doesn't work out and we don't get the house. So I have to ask you, Diamonds, to keep me in your thoughts and send good thoughts and vibes my way that I will get this house. Fingers crossed. Fingers double crossed. So, yeah. Well, I think that is it for this video. I have to actually get ready so that way I can go to bed, wake up in the morning before the little one does, so I can make your guys' product review, because tomorrow is Friday. Yay! And this next product review is actually going to be really good. I'm really excited about it, and I know that you guys will be too. So I will talk to all of you guys later. I will see all you guys later. Have a great weekend. I hope everybody has a blast. And I will see, well, I won't technically see you guys, but I hope everybody has a great weekend. I love all you guys. I will talk to everybody later. Remember, if you're new, hit the subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I love you, thank you. If you're new and you hit the subscribe button, welcome to the family. I'm always thrilled to have a new diamond join the family. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, then move along. Well, they could be haters. Put the thumbs down, I guess. Whatever makes you happy. Yeah. So, thank you for watching my video. And I hope this video is everything that you were wanting. If it's not, ask me questions. Give me more ideas. I will make that video. That's what I am here for, to make you diamonds happy. Let me know so I can make you happy. But until next time, I will see all of you guys later. I love each and every one of you, and thank you so much for being here. I love you, and I love it. It's so awesome.